out. The water. Come on, water. Come out, baby.
Oh, come out, baby, please. Come out for daddy.
Has he ever said anything more embarrassing?
I'm gonna come.
Stop doing that. Stop it.
A studio has a special kind of pause when a joke stops being just a joke. It is the moment between laughter and recognition when the audience realizes something sharper is happening. That was the mood when Desi Lydic looked into the camera and responded to Donald Trump after days of him attacking comedians, hosts, women, reporters, and anyone who made him look small on television. She did not panic. She smiled calmly, knowing his insults had already exposed him.
Wow, what do you even say to that?
I'm gonna come.
No, stop it! Stop it! Not that. But let's be fair, serving in Trump's cabinet isn't just photo ops at the White House. They also do photo ops out in the field. Although with Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem, this was less like a photo op and more like a photo, whoa, watch where you point that.
This time, Desi Lydic was in Trump's line of fire after mocking his latest public meltdown. She did not shout or scream. She simply replayed his own words, slowed them down, and let the contradiction speak for itself. And that was enough. Trump can fight anger, but he cannot survive being exposed clearly. He had ranted about late-night hosts failing, comedians not being funny, and television being unfair to him. But as Desi pointed out, the strangest part was this. For someone claiming nobody watches these shows, Trump somehow knew every single joke.
Did Trump just talk himself into getting hungry? She never worked over the piping hot fries, so crispy and salty, each bite a perfect... We should go to McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go.
Trump knew every name, rating, clip, and punchline. For someone claiming late-night shows were irrelevant, he was watching them like homework. Desi exposed that contradiction perfectly. If nobody watches, why was Trump reacting to every joke? Then came the line that broke the room. Donald Trump keeps saying nobody watches us, which is weird, because apparently one person watches every night, and he lives in Florida with a phone and a grievance. The audience exploded. Trump tried to make her look weak, but Desi turned his insult into a confession. Then she finished him with one sentence. If a woman with no talent can ruin your whole afternoon, maybe the problem is not her talent. That was the whole point. The louder Trump raged, the smaller he looked.
Just like all of you, I was shocked last December when I watched Nick Shirley's bombshell investigation of migrant fraud in Minnesota, which called attention to the now infamous Quality Learning Center, instead of learning, and other schemes across that state. This morning, the ringleader of the $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud scheme in Minnesota was sentenced in federal court to over 40 years in prison, bringing justice to the countless school children and families she had scammed. And on top of that, today, federal law enforcement launched a massive raid in Minneapolis. Across the city, agents have arrested 15 people for suspected fraud that amounted to $90 million. This includes two of the largest Medicaid fraud cases in Minnesota history, as well as the largest autism fraud scheme ever charged by the U.S. federal government. With this action, we're bringing justice to some of America's most vulnerable citizens and justice to the American taxpayer. In 2018, Minnesota tried to provide housing services for the homeless. They estimated that the cost of the program would be $2.5 million a year. By 2024, the program had exploded to $104 million annually, and almost all of it was because of fraud. As a result, the state had to shut down the program and can no longer provide those services to Americans in need. So we've got homeless veterans sleeping on the streets because fraudsters got rich. But it's not just the homeless who are the victims of these fraudsters. The victims in the cases announced by DOJ today also include disabled Americans who rely on community support to live full, independent lives, and citizens for whom defrauding such programs is literally a matter of life and death. In one of the most horrifying cases charged today, a recipient who needed 24-hour care was supposed to be receiving exactly that through a Minnesota Medicaid benefit program. But he received nothing. No care, no services, nothing for months on end. And then he went quiet. For 2 days, a neighbor tried to check on him, knocking on his apartment door. Nothing. Shortly after, he was found dead. One day before this man died, the fraudster in question had tried to bill for the non-existent services. The services that if they had been provided, this man might actually be with us today. To get rich off taxpayers, even at the cost of others' lives, just as that fraudster had for many months before. This kind of behavior is sickening. It's disgusting. It's an affront to all of us as Americans, and today we're saying clearly, no more. Our message is simple. If you're committing fraud, our task force will find you. We'll come after you, and we will not rest until justice is served. Don't defraud the American taxpayer. Don't get rich by trying to steal from them, or we are going to come after you until justice is served. That's our promise, and we're going to stick to it.
J.D. Vance framed the announcement as a major law and order victory, using the DOJ's takedown of Medicaid fraud cases in Minnesota to send a broader political message. By highlighting two of the largest Medicaid fraud cases in the state's history, along with what he called the largest autism fraud scheme ever charged by the federal government, Vance was not just talking about criminal prosecution. He was presenting the case as proof that fraud inside public programs is not a small technical issue, but a serious betrayal of taxpayers and vulnerable families who rely on those services. His message was deliberately direct. If people exploit Medicaid, steal public money, or use programs meant to help children and families as a personal cash machine, the government will track them down. The phrase, "we will find you," gives the statement a tough warning-style tone, making it clear that the administration wants to appear aggressive, organized, and unwilling to tolerate abuse in the healthcare system. Politically, this kind of statement also allows Vance to connect criminal fraud with a larger argument about government accountability. He is trying to show that protecting public benefits does not only mean funding them, but also making sure the money actually reaches the people it was designed to help. In that sense, the speech is both a legal warning and a public message. Fraudsters are being watched, taxpayers deserve protection, and justice will not stop at the announcement of charge.